Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is a busy day. It is a beautiful day here in Dahlonega, Georgia, and you're listening to the Nighthawk Sports Network. It's game one of two in a Saturday doubleheader. Some slight changes due to some weather around the weekend. We got a doubleheader here today, and the finishing, potentially deciding game of the series is coming on Sunday. Danny Kachula with you all. Glad you are with us. For North Georgia baseball, it's the number 23 North Georgia baseball as of Wednesday. Most recent national rankings in Division II came out, and it's the first ranking set in which the Nighthawks are top 25 ranked. They come in with a 16-4 record after the midweek win out in Carrollton against West Georgia, and they are looking to keep their streak going against an opponent they'll play for only the second weekend in the series history. It's the newest member of the Peach Belt, and that would be the USC Beaufort Sand Sharks, coming out of Bluffton, South Carolina, down there in the southwestern portion of the Palmetto State. And they will bring with them a 7-14 record, 2-4 in the Peach Belt, but only a 1-5 away record. So they come to Dahlonega, one of the tougher places to grab a win in D2 baseball this season, with a less than ideal record away from home as it stands. The stats are a bit stacked against them, but of course, it's the game we know and love. You never know what could happen. You got the baby blues with baby blue tops, dark blue trim, and the white pants. That's the look that UNG is coming out with. Sand Sharks are going to be in the dark blue with the light blue trim. Everywhere else, give you an idea of how we're going to start this one off. Sand Sharks, of course, will start at bat. They'll bring up Seth Robinson, Carson Phillips, and Brian Meyer, the DH. Those are their first three. And in the meantime, on the mound today for the Nighthawks, you got Dylan Noche. He's a righty, junior, and he's had a pretty solid season. He's pitched a lot of innings, the junior out of Decula, from Decula High School as well. And we'll see him pitch his first inning of the afternoon here today. Again, game one of the doubleheader. UNG looking to continue a hot start to Peach Belt play. This will be a ball outside. And that'll be strike one. This is going to be fouled off. Well, apologies for that, friends. I mentioned it was a busy day. We got a lot of people, including myself, going double duty, but as you're able to see on the screen without any commentary, again, apologies for that. You had the one hit leading off from Seth Robinson. That's all that the Sand Sharks were able to put together. A characteristic top of the first defensively for North Georgia. Nighthawks have played some solid defense all season long. One of the big reasons why they are 16-4 and number 23 in the nation. Stick with us. Hopefully we'll have live commentary in the bottom of the first and from here on out. You're listening to the Nighthawks Sports Network. Middle of the first, no score. Welcome back. It's UNG at bat for the first time on the day, and your leadoff, as he has been for the majority of the year, is Andrew Zapata, outfielder, sophomore hailing from Lawrenceville. And he will see his first pitch of the day from Brayton Wilms. It is a called strike. And so he's looking at an 0-1 count, Opata. He'll swing at this one, so a pitcher's count pretty early on. 2 strikes in 2 pitches for the sophomore, Wilms, and this will be fouled off to the left by Opata. Brayton Wilms, a 6'2", 200 sophomore from Monument, Colorado. But not a whole lot of Colorado natives find their way to South Carolina, but Wilms has. Second straight foul ball in the meantime, so Opata keeping the AB alive, but still looking at 0-2. Fifth pitch of the at-bat is over the plate and low. So 1-2 the new count. Opata will put this one into center, and it will be a fly out. So that will bring up the second batter of the day, and that's going to be your DH. It's Noah Darden, a true freshman, but he doesn't play like it. 5'10", freshman out of Cumming, Georgia, from West Forsyth High School over there. Not too far away, just a little bit south of Dahlonega. He's got a base hit. That'll be a single. Just made it over top of the outstretched glove of the shortstop. That was Morgan there for Buford. So the Sand Sharks get a hit in the top of the first, and now so will Noah Darden for UNG. Coming up to the plate is going to be Riley Frost. So Riley Frost will take a ball. Bring us to a 1-0 count early. We're third in the lineup here. As it's still Brayton Wilms working on it. Wilms has not had the best of ERAs this season. He's looking at 8.14, 0-3 in his 3 games where he's been the pitcher record. He'll throw to first, and no worries there for Noah Darden. Riley Frost, as I mentioned, is at the plate. 6'1" junior from Roswell. Graduate of Pope High School, and he's still awaits his third pitch of the at-bat. Let's watch 2 straight balls so far. 1 hit apiece, no score here at Lynn Cottrell Park. And this one's over to left center as well. It'll take a bounce and kind of caught between two minds was Noah Darden there at second. He saw the mishandled play by the left fielder. That's Weathers. But he had to hit the Jets and turn back around. He was thinking about going to third, but had to recover. So it'll end up being a single. And so a couple early hits, still just the 1 out, which was the flyer from Apata. So you got Darden on second and Frost sitting at first after those two combined for 2 straight hits. Meanwhile, it's the redshirt sophomore Philip Ard, who has just fouled one behind for strike 2. "12 pitches from Wilms so far. And he's not had the best of season so far for the Sand Sharks, but the 0-3 probably doesn't quite do his quality justice, as this one's going to be a base hit, and it should bring 2 home. We shall see. It will stop at third, so it'll be an RBI double. First run on the board for UNG, and they got 2 in scoring position as well. Ard is going to grab the RBI. So here we go, UNG with the 1-run lead and threatening to add more. Solid play in the top of the first on defense, and now they're following it up with some great batting on the offensive end as well. Here's Edwin Bowman the 4th. He's going to watch 2 straight balls. Bowman, a sophomore out of Sewanee. Very much a Georgia footprint on this UNG team. Struggling to find anybody on the roster who's not from Georgia. I'm not even sure there's a single guy. Yeah, I'll have to check that in more detail later. I'm pretty sure every single guy on this roster is a Georgia native, and so it's 3 Georgia natives loading the bases as Edwin Bowman gets hit. The sophomore from Sewanee will head to first as a result. First time I've had a walk or hit by pitch today. And, well, before we get to the next batter in the order, who's Luke Starling out of Decula, another sophomore, we'll have a little mound visit. And, of course, when you're a head coach, that's not really what you envision yourself doing in the bottom of the first inning. But nonetheless, that's where the Sand Sharks find themselves. It's Ted Faulkner in his 4th season, by the way, leading USC Beaufort. And if you're wondering why it's USC Beaufort and they're actually from Bluffton, well, they do have campuses in both those South Carolina towns. And their home stadium, it's Richard Gray Baseball Complex in Hardeeville, which is just nearby, right on the border with Georgia down there in the southern swamp area of the state. They got 3 campuses in total, USC Beaufort, total enrollment of just over 2,000. It is their 2nd year in the Peach Belt. This is Delivered in the strike zone, a late call, but I think the right one. So no balls, one strike to Starling. Sophomore will watch one in the exact same spot, and those are two pitches that are awfully close. Kind of depends on what strike zone you're working on, whether those are balls or strikes, but two solid pitches. And this one delivered a little bit more centrally. It's going to be fouled off and just going to beat the netting there. A couple inches away from hitting somebody in the leg. There in that first row. It is a gorgeous complex that UNG calls home. Bob Stein Stadium here, one of 3 different athletic complexes at Lynn Cottrell Park. Wilms with another pitch. It's outside, and Starling smart to watch it. 1-2 the new count, just the one out, and the bases all occupied. Wilms tempts Starling with one, but he doesn't quite get all of it, and despite the bright sun here in the early afternoon on this Saturday, it's a good catch made at first base. So Starling is going to fly out there at first base. And with 2 outs, bases still loaded. Got the 1-0 lead, of course, but and you really would not feel good in the first inning about leaving the bases loaded. And, well, we're 1 strike away from that being exactly what happens. It's Jorge Arispuro up there, and he's got an 0-2 count. Wilms will send it in. It's low. Good eye from Arispuro there. He's a junior out of Lawrenceville, and he will watch another ball. So we're looking at 2-2 with Arispuro, 6-foot junior from Archer High School. Arispuro batting .268 this season. He is going to be called out there. Started every single game for UNG and been a solid hitter. This time he will be caught looking on a strikeout. And so that'll do it for the first. It's a 1-0 UNG lead despite stranding 3 in the bottom of the first. It is a Nighthawk lead. We'll be back on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Stick with us for the top of the second. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tyler Kennedy up to the plate for the Sand Sharks, the USC Beauforts. And, well, before we could even hardly get back into the broadcast, he is flown out to center. Play is made out there by Andrew Zapata, who also led off for UNG. We're in the top of the second, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Nighthawks after an RBI double early on from Philip Ard. well, that one's in a similar spot, but just enough left of center to drop down. It's the second hit of the day for the Sand Sharks. First base is as far as they got in the top of the first. And it was their leadoff hitter to do it, Seth Robinson. And guy who's on base now is Nico Andre. Andre will occupy first. And now that brings up Hunter Miller, who just watched ball one. He's got a 1-0 count. And that will be ball two, just a little bit low of the zone. Dylan Noche, we mentioned him before. Where's the number 7? And this one is just going to be fouled off. Andre will have to head back to first. And it'll be a 2-1 count. That was the 15th pitch of the day for Noche, junior from Decula. And by pretty much every account, he's had a pretty solid season. One of the guys that UNG has leaned on the mound this season. 2.21 ERA on the season, and he's 4-0. Can't really argue with that record. Making his 6th appearance. All of them have been starts. No saves yet on the air. He's pitched actually more than anybody else in this Nighthawk bullpen, as he'll deliver another strike. 2-2 the new count. 36.2 innings pitched on the year. Just beats out Wes Lotz. He's at 34.2. And a swing and a miss from number 64, Hunter Miller. Fort Pierce, Florida native, will head back to the dugout, and 2 down just like that. So Hunter Miller strikes out swinging, and this will bring up Hudson Morgan. Shortstop, number 25 for the Sand Sharks. And Noche will just throw to first. Both pitchers early on have been unafraid to try and pick off that first baseman. Nothing doing so far on either side. Nobody walked yet today. Of course, pretty low sample size. That'll be strike 1 to Miller. This one will be sent out to right. Does it look like it has the distance? And it does not. So Hudson Morgan is going to fly out to right field. That will end the inning. Just like that. So just like the top of the first, it's a hit on the board for USC Buford, but that is all. No runs. UNG still on top by 1. We'll be back for the bottom of the second in just a moment. Don't go away. You're listening to the Nighthawks Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the second inning action for you. Here in Dahlonega, Georgia, home of UNG, where they've got a 1-0 lead, the Nighthawks do, over USC Beaufort. Smack in the middle of Peach Belt play. And UNG, with their 5-1 conference record, has the 1-0 advantage as we step into the bottom of the second frame. It's Brady Skipper up there, sophomore. Not too many upperclassmen for a top 25 team. You're not going to go to too many schools in the top 25 and see so few seniors and juniors as the Nighthawks have. A lot of guys that play a whole lot more experience than they are. Skipper is going to put this one in foul territory, and it'll be a play made by the catcher. That is Kennedy. Tyler Kennedy out of Preston, Georgia. Southland Academy grad will make the catch. So Skipper is back in the bullpen and replacing him here in the lineup. That's going to be a base hit from Bryson Stripling, the catcher from Lawrenceville. He will occupy first after the single grounded up to center. So Stripling is at second, and we're back to the top of the order with Andrew Zapata. And what a solid season he has had. Ooh, a little bit outside, but finds the zone. So an 0-1 count to Zapata. And it's still Brayton Wilms, by the way, on the mound. He's given up a few hits so far, but nothing catastrophic. Did a great job to get out of the jam. With just one out, he had the bases loaded on him and was able to keep any further damage from being done. Sit one with a pitch, hasn't walked anybody or anything else like that. One strikeout for him so far. He'll deliver a ball low and outside to Zapata, so leadoff hitter for UNG looking at 1-2 now. Wilms, you mentioned the Colorado native, transferred into USCB out of Fort Scott Community College, and Andrew Zapata is going to be victim to the second strikeout of the day for Brayton Wilms. So we come back to Noah Darden. He'll watch a strike as well. And all of a sudden, pitching with a lot of confidence is Brayton Wilms. And Wilms actually fell down there on the mound. Not quite sure what happened there. Threw it inside and ended up on his backside for a moment there. So Wilms with the 1-1 count. He is working on Noah Darden, the DH. Darden had a hit in the first inning. And nothing crazy there. The catch is made on a high fly ball to third base. That'll do it. So the Nighthawks kept scoreless. Still got a 1-0 game. Stick with us. Top of the third's coming next right here on the Nighthawks Sports Network. Top of the third inning, it is Nighthawks up 1-0 over the Sand Sharks. USC Buford in town for the weekend. Supposed to have one game apiece yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And because of some weather around, switched it up a little bit. Of course, it's a really busy weekend as Dylan Noche pitches strike one to Andrew Walters, a 6'1 freshman from up this way a little closer, from Marietta for USC Buford. Noche delivers a ball. We got a real busy weekend over here. We mentioned it a couple of times. The men's basketball team, like a lot of other programs here at UNG this season, have had a really successful season. They're the #1 seed in the Southeast Regional, and that means they get to host this weekend and all the way through Tuesday, which will be the Sweet 16 nationally and the title game of the regional tournament here in the Southeast. UNG, if I'm not mistaken, going to get Wingate tonight out of Monroe, North Carolina. That's the 1-versus-8 matchup. This is strike three, a little outside, but it'll do for Noche. Caught looking was Andrew Walters. So Walters strikes out. That is the second strikeout of the day for the man on the mound for North Georgia. Noche gets ready to pitch again. That is up the middle. Solid pitch, a lot of pace on it too. Carson Weathers back up there, by the way, the left fielder. Another freshman, 2 straight freshmen in the lineup for USCB. Blythewood, South Carolina, where he's from. Blythewood High School. That'll be outside by quite a good margin, so 2-1 is the new count. This is going to be pitch 28 for Noche, and it's a good one. Lower portion of the zone, down the middle. And he's got 2-2 now. 1 out here in the top of the third. Still that 1-0 lead for UNG. That's just going to fall foul. It didn't quite hang on. So we head back to the 2-2 count with 1 down. Carson Weathers batting 192, one of the lower numbers in the lineup, and that's going to be a fly out to center. From Weathers. So the strikeout and the fly out is going to bring us back to Seth Robinson at the top of the order, one of 2 guys who grabbed a hit. Second baseman for Buford. His second AB of the day at the top of the order. That is yet another strike delivered in the zone. Noche feeling it so far. That one's going to be fouled back. And it is a Buford team that has struggled to score at times over the course of the year. Good news for them is they've been making solid plays defensively, but that's going to do it for the top of the third. Nothing doing, as Noche himself is going to pick that grounder up and send it to first successfully. We're out of the top of the third, and the bottom is coming in a moment. Stick with us. Back with you as we enter the bottom of the third inning. It's UNG up 1-0 over USC Buford. And Riley Frost is up. He will take one high. It is ball one. And this time he'll watch his strike. So 1-1 is his count as he'll watch two in a row. Frost on the season, batting .273. He has participated in and started every single game this season. This one being the 21st of the year for UNG. With the 1-2 count, he'll foul one off. Keep his at-bat alive. Frost with his second at-bat of the day puts his total at 79. On those, he's got 19 runs, 21 hits. Does have one homer on the season, 18 RBIs. That'll be a ball, so we'll move to 2-2. Brayton Wilms still on the mound, by the way, for the Sand Sharks. And this one's going to be crushed out to left. Is it fair? Not quite. And man, that would have done some serious damage had it stayed on the inside of that white line, but didn't quite. And so we'll go back to 2-2. Frost did get a hit in his first at-bat in the bottom of the first inning. And that's going to be fouled off to the left once again. Frost, the junior, still looking at 2-2, make it 3-2. As Wilms will put that one, well, it would have been in the dirt. There's no dirt there. It's just a brown turf. That's got to be a little outside. Nice framing work, or at least an attempt by Kennedy there. Tyler Kennedy, the senior. Could not quite frame it in the home plate umpire strike zone. So it's a walk, the first one of the day for Riley Frost, and we bring up the only guy with an RBI today on either side, and that's Ard. Philip Ard is back up. First baseman out of Cochran, a redshirt sophomore, and the wild pitch is gonna allow Frost to advance to second. And this one's going to be sent over to left field, and, well, they nearly got Frost over there. It didn't quite, though. So you got Frost still on second, and it's Bowman up. And it'll end up being another fly out. Good communication out there in the field. With that, we bring back Starling. Luke Starling out of Decula, graduate of Haben Christian Academy. Fresh count for him with two down and one on second. This will be played right to third, and the cross diamond throw is on time. Uneventful third inning on both sides, and it's still the Nighthawks lead 1-0 after the RBI single from Philip Ard in the first. So we head to the top of the fourth. Still no score for the Sand Sharks. UNG up by 1. Past the 1/3 mark in this one, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Nighthawks. Dylan Noche back out there. And he's pitching to Carson Phillips, the center fielder. He'll send him a ball and another one, this one a little bit outside. So 2-0 the early count with the leadoff guy in the fourth. Carson Phillips, he'll watch a third straight ball, so 3-0. Hitters count, to say the least. See if Noche can figure this AB out. That's a good start. Puts one in the zone. Another one would help, and, well, I think it would have been, but fouled off behind. So all of a sudden it's 3-2. Nice work by Noche to get himself back into solid position in the AB. Payoff pitch is coming. 3-2. It is inside. And Carson Phillips will take the freebie, head to first. We'll have Brian Meyer come back up, the DH for the Sand Sharks today. Meyer, a senior. Lefty batter, although he does throw with his right. Coming out of Savannah, just across the state line there. Also transferred in. He spent a little bit of time up in this area, North Georgia Mountains, at Truett McConnell. That's over in Cleveland, Georgia. That will be a high, ball 1. USC Buford, it's their second season in the Peach Belt. It's their first as a full NCAA member. They joined for the 2022-23 season, and that year was a bit of a hybrid year for them. They were Peach Belt members, but a transitioning NAIA to NCAA team. They're a full Division II member now. Had a 12-32 season a year ago. Couple straight throws to first by Noche, and nothing changes over there. Phillips is there on first. Brian Myers still at the plate. 1-0 the count to him. That'll be inside for ball 2. And it'll be a visit from UNG head coach Tom Cantrell, his 25th season, a quarter century he has spent at the helm of this Nighthawks program. Kane Keith in his 4th season and Nick Palmer in his 15th assisting Coach Cantrell. UNG baseball again is ranked this season for the first time in the 2024 calendar year. And Noche will head back out there. Coach Cantrell will not elect to go to the bullpen quite yet. Still pretty early for that here in the 4th. He would like to let Noche take care of this 4th inning himself at the very least. 2-0 the count. Noche will deliver a strike. .43rd pitch of the day is coming from Noche. And that's a swinging strike. Tried to get all of it, Meyer did, and got nothing. 2-2. This one is hit over to left. Play is made without too much difficulty. So Phillips will stick to first base. And Tyler Kennedy is up. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That'll be strike 1. Called on Kennedy. And once again, they'll try and throw to first. Swings and misses, does Kennedy. That one dove down at the last second. And he's looking at 0-2. Tyler Kennedy, the catcher from Preston, Georgia, will watch that one low. Noche has worked up a 1-2 count now. On the scene here at the plate. Kennedy will hit this one, and it's stopped by Noche, but not in time for him to make a play. So it'll end up being a single. Noche did all he could, but his positioning of that one was such that he couldn't get there. So Phillips going to advance to second on Kennedy's single. And Nico Andre is back up. He's got one of 3 USCB hits on the day. Watches a strike this time. Oh, 1 his count. 1 in scoring position, that's Phillips. Andre swings at this one, finds the gap between first and second. And coming home with a vengeance is Phillips. He will get there. We are tied. And safe at third as well as Tyler Kennedy. RBI single from Andre will suit him just fine. And we're level at 1. First run of the day for the Sand Sharks. Good time to get it, too, here as we near the middle of this game. Kind of change the dynamic a little bit. As they'll bring Hunter Miller back up, Fort Pierce, Florida native. Wears the number 64. So So runners in the corners. As Andre singles and advances Kennedy a couple of bases. And again, it's Hunter Miller up there now. And we got a 1-1 count at the moment. 1-1 score as well for the first time today. Just one lead change and one tie to speak of. And a 2-1 count for Noche. Just one out as well, and, well, leaning a little bit to his right was Andre. Noche saw it and thought he'd try and pick him off at first. Delivers it, and it ends up allowing Andre to steal. And we now have a 3-1 count. And that is going to find its way there by the bullpen out to the left. Uncatchable. Fouled off at 3-2. So here's the 3-2 pitch coming from Dylan Noche. Runners on second and third. One out here in the top of the fourth. Tied at 1. Big pitch coming. Noche. Swing and a miss. Great time to get the swinging strikeout. And so with Kennedy on third, Andre on second, Hudson Morgan is up. And it was Morgan, you'll remember, to fly out and end the top of the second inning. Well, he will not end the top of the fourth because he is hit in the back by a pitch that gets away from Noche. So bases loaded. As Morgan will head to first. 2 outs. Everybody on base. Andrew Walters, the freshman from Marietta, is up, and Noche has got to get an out here or they'll give up more. Give the Sand Sharks the lead for the first time. That's in the zone. 1 strike and a good time to get it. That one is hit into a gap, and it'll send most likely to home. Andre trying to beat the throw, he does. Easily. Sliding into third is Morgan, as Andrew Walters will grab a 2 RBI single. And all of a sudden, Sand Sharks threatening to break this one open. With the 2 outs, they still got runners in the corners after bringing 2 home. So we got a 3-1 ball game, and it's going to keep on adding. Top of the fourth is a fantastic showing right now for the Sand Sharks, and safe is a second run. So a 2 RBI double follows the 2 RBI single. Carson Weathers gets in on the action. All of a sudden, it's a huge Sand Sharks lead. We got 5 runs on 6 hits for the Sand Sharks, who are all of a sudden batting incredibly well. Held scoreless in the first 3, and now here in the 4th, they break it open. 5 runs, and they could still be going. Seth Robinson is up. He's got Carson Weathers in front of him on second. And Dylan Noche having a nightmare of an inning, but he will get out of it. With the swinging strikeout from Seth Robinson. So that'll do it. Robinson strikes out swinging, and that's how we end the top of the 4th. USCB with a big inning, and they're up big. 5-1 the score, and we'll be back to see if UNG has any answer in the bottom of the 4th. Well, if you missed the top of the 4th, you missed a lot. And if you're a USCB fan, you missed a lot of good stuff for UNG. They're down 5-1 all of a sudden, and Jorge Arispuro is going to be the guy who tries to start the turnaround for the Nighthawks. And he will start with a strike. He'll swing at this one, so 0-2 is his immediate count. And that'll be inside. So 1-2, the new count to him. And that one hit him. So Arispuro heads to first. And that will bring up Brady Skipper, sophomore second baseman. And he'll walk to strike. So Brayton Wilms, who, again, has the 0-3 record coming into the day, making his 7th appearance, bringing a +8 ERA. He's having a pretty solid day for himself. Giving up the 4 hits, just 1 run. Two strikeouts. And the 2 HBPs. It's 2 strikes here. Sorry, 3. As Skipper was caught looking to end his at-bat. Arispuro sticks to first, and with the 1 out, it's Bryson Stripling back up. The catcher, and that's in the zone. A 1 count, another good start to the at-bat for Brayton Wilms. came into the day tied with Josh Patterson in the Sand Sharks bullpen for most strikeouts on the year with 20. They will not get Arizpuro at first. This one is played right to third, and the throw is on time despite a mishandling of the grounder at third base. No worries for Andrew Walters. He'll get the throw there in time anyway. All right, and as you guys just saw, sorry to have a little bit of commentary delay again, but Arizpuro able to head home on Andrew Zapata. His RBI double, so he'll head to second base, and with 2 outs in the inning, Nighthawks were able to get one back after conceding 5 in the top of the 4th. That's going to be a strike to Noah Darden. So 1-1 is his count. True freshman, the DH today. Well, that will most likely do it for the 4th inning. It sure will. As they will go nice simple 4-3. So Apata stranded on second, but the Nighthawks do get one back after Apata's RBI double. It's Arizpuro who comes home, and it is a 5-2 game. So we'll come back and have the Sand Sharks with a 3-run lead try to add to it in the 5th inning. Stick with us. You're listening to the Nighthawks Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. We enter the top of the 5th inning. It's a 5-2 advantage for USC Beaufort. Sand Sharks on top of number 23, North Georgia. Only team in the Peach Belt at the moment with a top 25 ranking. Although Georgia Southwestern State has been in the top 25 for the better part of the non-conference season, and just this week dropped down to only receiving votes. Carson Phillips is up. Dylan Noche, after a tough 4th inning, is still out there, pitching his 5th of the day. And looks like he is giving up another hit here. He sure has. With the 2-1 count, he will concede a double. Safe there is Phillips. Phillips will grab a double to go with a fly out in the first and a walk in the fourth. They got all the way through, the Sand Sharks. Everybody in the order was able to participate in the fourth. Of course, they did get that 5-run outing. So here we go, clean count, and it is sent over to left field. It'll drop. And not too much damage, but another base hit. Brian Meyer is actually going to grab his first hit of the day. It is the first successful at-bat for Meyer today. And Tyler Kennedy heads back up, but not before we have a little plate meeting. Well, not a plate meeting, but a mound meeting, I should say. It's Bryson Stripling up there just having a conversation with his pitcher, Noche. It's 8 hits given up now for Noche on the day. Noche heading into this one had only given up 26 hits in over 36 innings. And, well, that's not the only meeting we're going to have. It might spell the end of the day for Noche as head coach Tom Cantrell is back out there. Will he make a change? Yet to be seen. Might be just having a conversation with Noche. The Nighthawks are going to have to put the clamps on the Sand Sharks scoring, though. That much is certain. Coach Cantrell has not made the decision quite yet. Got one on first for USC Buford. And, yep, they are going to make a bullpen call. That'll be the end of the day for Noche. He will not quite get through 5 innings. And, well, we'll figure out who they're replacing and get you through the rest of the top of the 5th in a moment. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Nighthawks Sports Network. All right, so replacing and relieving Dylan Noche is going to be Matthew Hurd. Where's the number 10? 6'2 sophomore out of Loganville, Georgia. And he will relieve Noche here in the top of the 5th with 1 on base, no outs. At the plate is Tyler Kennedy. Actually, he got 2 on base. The runners are in the corners. Carson Phillips on third, and Brian Meyer is on first base. Tyler Kennedy looking at a 2-0 count. That'll be a third straight ball, so 3-0. Not the best of starts for Matthew Hurd. Comes in with a 5.14 ERA. 1 win, 1 loss on the season. Making his 9th appearance of the season. Just 1 start, though. 3-0, and that's a much-needed strike. 3-1 the new count. A walk would load the bases. 3-1 pitch from the sophomore Hurd. It is low, I guess. And Tyler Kennedy will head to first. That'll bump Meyer up to second. All right, so Nico Andre's back up, and it's not great news for the Nighthawks. He has 2 hits, including an RBI and a run so far today. Solid outing for him up to now. Andre's got an 0-1 count so far. This one is going to hit and send at least 1 home. Yeah, they'll stop it there. It'll just be an RBI single, but it makes it 6-2. North Georgia concedes another one. Not the best of starts for Matthew Hurd. Nico Andre with the single. Hunter Miller is going to be back up. And he will watch a strike delivered by Matthew Hurd. No outs and the base is still loaded. Hurd got a lot of work to do. Already 6-2 the lead for USCB. Hurd will throw it outside. They're going to try to make a play at third. That would have been nice. Solid throw out there, to be fair. Credit to Stripling there. But getting back just in time was Meyer, who's at third base. It's Tyler Kennedy at second and Nico Andre at first after his RBI single. This one is fouled back after the ball. 1-2 the count then to Hunter Miller. Matthew Hurd still working on him. Hurd from Loganville High School. Would love to grab one more strike here, and he sure will. Swing and a miss for Hunter Miller. It's a big moment for UNG defensively. And again, it's the first strikeout of the day for Matthew Hurd after Dylan Noche had picked up 4 before him. Still a lot of work to do, though. It's a start, but still got to grab 2 more outs, and base is still loaded. This one's high and outside for Hudson Morgan, the shortstop. 1-0 the count as a result. Hudson Morgan, freshman, 5'9", 166, one of the more undersized guys in this lineup. Yeah, it'll be a strike towards the inside, but it'll do. 1-1 the count with one down. All three bases are occupied. Hudson Morgan, right-handed batter from Kernersville, North Carolina. This will be a ball outside. 2-1 is the count. This one is fouled away for 2-2. Kernersville, if you were wondering, I had to look it up myself. It's kind of between Winston-Salem and Greensboro. It's a little bit north of High Point. Cool little area of North Carolina. Been to all of those cities around it, but can't say I've ever been to Kernersville specifically. 2-2 count. Hurd will deliver it outside over the turf, and we're looking at 3-2. Important payoff pitch is coming. USCB scores another run with a ball right here. And it's a strike. Outside of the zone, Matthew Hurd with a huge pitch. Hudson Morgan strikes out looking. 2 straight strikeouts with the bases loaded. Talk about clutch from the sophomore Matthew Hurd. He'll have to do it one more time. They're going to get out of the rest of this inning unscathed. 9 hits, 6 runs for the Sand Sharks. Trying to add more with Andrew Walters. Walters swings at the first pitch he sees. And just enough communication. They will make the play. I think it was left fielder. Well, who is out there? It's Arispuro. Jorge Arispuro who ends up making the play. And, well, that was a big one, folks. Arispuro with the play in left. Nobody else scores. They'll leave 3 stranded. But at the same time, USCB's got to feel good about it right now. They are leading 6-2 after adding one more in this top of the 5th. We'll be back. Bottom of the 5th is coming midway through this one. You're listening to the Nighthawks Sports Network. Welcome back in, folks. It's the press box atop Bob Stein Stadium here at Lynn Cottrell Park. And for now, it's a somewhat surprising scoreline for those who follow the Peach Belt closely. 6-2 advantage for USC Beaufort. 4 more runs, 4 more hits on the day for them as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. Riley Frost will watch two straight balls right in front of him. He's got a 2-0 count. That'll be a strike thrown by Brayton Wilms. It's a 2-1 the count. Wilms, by the way, the same guy who started the game. Hoping to get through his fifth inning, although he's throwing another ball to make it 3-1. That'll be ball 4. So Riley Frost with a good eye across that at-bat. And he will head to first base as a result. That's the second straight time he's been walked. And really interestingly, he's the only guy to be walked today in the UNG lineup. And before we get to the next guy in the lineup, which is Philip Ard, we'll see the catcher Tyler Kennedy come out there and have a conversation with Wilms. Wilms and Kennedy complete the powwow. And so the fresh count to Philip Ard. Frost on first after the walk, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth inning. Ard wanted it and took a crack at it. Fouled out to the left. Swing and a miss that time from Ard. So he's looking at 0-2. Foul ball and an empty swing for Ard. They'll throw to first. Nothing going on over there. Frost gets us in to the base in plenty of time. And Ard had to shift out of the way, and he's making the case that he got hit. Umpire says no. So you got a 1-2 count. It was a ball, even though Ard thought it hit him. 1-2 pitch coming from Wilms. This one is in play. It'll beat the shortstop, and a single will send Ard to first and Frost over to second. So we'll see Edwin Bowman the fourth. He's back up there. Graduate of North Gwinnett High School, and, well, UNG made a pitching change in the fifth. We might be headed for the same thing for the Sand Sharks. Will they call to the bullpen here? Yes, they will. End of the day, and a solid day at that, for pitcher Brayton Wilms, but that's all she wrote for him. And they will go to the bullpen. That means we'll take a break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network, live on YouTube and the Peach Belt Conference Network as well. Take a break, and when we come back, it is a 4-run deficit that UNG is trying to erase. Stick with us. We'll be back. Well, as we previewed going into the break, it is a pitching change. Josh Patterson is up there now. He comes in relief of Brayton Wilms, who had done a pretty good job, got through 4 innings on his own, gave up 6 hits but only 2 runs. And Josh Patterson is out there now. Big man from Bluffton, South Carolina, transferred in from Georgia College down in the center part of the state in Milledgeville, and he joins as a junior, 6'3", 240. Righty pitcher delivers a strike to Edwin Bowman, who is up for UNG. That one is well outside. So Bowman watches a strike and a ball. 1-1 is his count. Bowman today, no hits so far. No runs either. Another one outside to him. You got runners on first and second, by the way. Frost is on second, Ard on first base. Big 5th inning for Patterson as he will serve another ball outside. Nice job by Bowman to watch it. So Bowman, the 4th, the sophomore, is looking at a 3-1 pitch. And again, this 5th inning is going to be pretty crucial. North Georgia would like to bridge that 4-run gap right now if they could. And we got 2 on base already. Ooh, swing and a miss on an inside pitch to Bowman. So we got 3-2. Pitch that matters most. Patterson to Bowman. It's inside. Bowman watches it. He will head to first, and that loads the bases. So the tying run is up here in the bottom of the 5th. And so Frost, Ard, and Bowman all on base. With Starling back up. That's Luke Starling out of Decula. The sophomore, ooh, he had it in the zone, thought about it. Didn't swing, though. So strike 1 to him. No outs. Runners on all 3 bases. That one is also in the zone. So Starling watches 2 in a row. No hits yet today for Starling either. He'll hit this one wide. Just bounces foul over there by third base. So we stay at 0-2. 10th pitch of the day coming from Patterson. Patterson's pitch is off the turf, and the wild pitch will send one home. And give me a moment while I figure out how to do that in my stat key. We'll be right back. Take a quick break. Well, it's getting a little dramatic on the live stats. They've got me doing that and commentating at the same time, so that's the reason for our delays sometimes. So sorry about that. But if you were watching, you were able to see a couple of runs, one off of the wild pitch, and then most recently you saw a walk of Arispuro. That is 3 straight walks, by the way. Bowman, Starling, and Arispuro. So a little bit of trouble that new pitcher Josh Patterson's got himself in. And, well, the trouble continues. He's got 2-1 worked up against Brady Skipper. Josh Patterson's already walked 3. Bases still loaded, of course, like they were when he took the mound to replace Brayton Wilms. Patterson doesn't have any outs yet. That's going to be a called ball as well. Well, 20 pitches for Patterson, and he would have liked for some of them to be better. 3-1 to Skipper. That is outside. Nice eye from Skipper, and he'll get walked. And, well, this is Coach Faulkner coming out there trying to calm his pitcher down, and as a matter of fact, that's going to be the end of the day. Not a successful day, you have to say, for Josh Patterson. He won't get through any part of the inning, and we'll make a change. We'll be back at the change for you, and actually, before we take a break, we can tell you it is going to be Devin Marlowe from McDonough, Georgia, just south of Atlanta. The sophomore, 6'2", 160, he's going to be called upon to try and fix this bottom of the 5th. Otherwise, UNG threatening to take the lead back. We'll be back on the Nighthawk Sports Network. All right, friends, as we mentioned, it's Devin Marlowe who's stepped onto the mound. McDonough native from Union Grove High School. And Marlowe will pitch one down the middle to Bryson Stripling. The catcher is out there, and it is once again still bases loaded, no outs. They threw Marlowe into a sticky situation. This one will be low, 1-1 the count. That'll be a little high. So, yeah, 2 straight balls thrown to Stripling. And again, if you're joining us from earlier on or just joining us for the first time, that's going to be a strike, by the way. It's the third pitcher this inning. Brayton Wilms started the 5th, and Josh Patterson came in, still with no outs on the board. He didn't get through anything in the 5th, and so now Devin Marlowe's up to try and make it happen. 2-2 count. Ooh, just barely avoiding the swing was Stripling. So it'll be a ball, 3-2 the count. First payoff pitch of the day in his first at-bat. Devin Marlowe would like to get this one right. Again, bases are loaded. Marlowe's pitch. Inside, called ball. So advance everybody. Starling is going to score. Arispudo's on third. Skipper to second. And Stripling is on first. Folks, that's 5 straight walks from 2 separate pitchers, but not the best of performances here in the bottom of the 5th from the bullpen. 6 total walks in the inning. We go back to the top of the order with Apata. And he is one of the only guys not to get walked so far today. Really, almost nobody had been walked going into the top of the 5th. I mentioned the leadoff hitter was Riley Frost, and when he got walked in the top of the 5th, it was the second walk of the day, and both of them were on him. Since then, we've added 5 more names to the list of guys who have been advanced to first without a hit. Well, it's 2 straight balls and a strike to Apata. Two on the count. Marlowe with his 10th pitch of the day. And this one is fielded. Tag in the bag at third, but the throw is not in time. Apata safe at first. So this will be an RBI single. It'll be a fielder's choice. So Arispudo scores. Stripling's at second. Apata occupies third. 1 out. And it is 1 ball to Noah Darden. That'll be in the zone, though. No swing from Noah. And he got 1 ball, 1 strike with the 1 out here. The Nighthawks have added 5 in the 5th inning, so they take the lead on that RBI fielder's choice from Apata. 7-6, the Nighthawks advantage. That was high, and Apata held his swing just enough. 2-1 the count for the leadoff hitting. Sorry, not the leadoff hitter. He's second today. He is second on the team in batting average, .424 on the year. That is a ball. It's low. 3-1. That's high, and so load the bases again. Another walk. Marlowe struggling early on. So here we go. It is Riley Frost back up there. It is his second at-bat in this fifth inning. And of course, that's been because of a lot of walks. Frost has a single and 2 walks today, 1 for 1. And it's an inside high pitch from Devin Marlowe. And it's another one inside, so now you got 2-0. Base is still loaded. He got 1 out. Already 7-6, the Nighthawk lead. Frost would love another base hit here. That is in the high part of the zone. Strike 1. Riley Frost batting .273 on the year, 77 at-bats. Only guy with more is Zapata. And that's a swing and a complete miss from Frost. 2-2 his count. Marlowe would love to get the second out of the inning right here. One step closer to ending a scary situation right now. Marlowe's pitch outside. You saw his reaction. He was hoping for something other than that. So ball 3, and we got a big payoff pitch coming here. We've seen this on both sides in the past couple of innings. Bases loaded. 3-2 pitch. Big at bat, of course, for Frost as well on the Nighthawk side of things. Marlowe pitches. Frost will foul it out to the right. It is uncatchable. Take a bounce off the roof of the little shed to the right of the diamond. We'll do it again. Marlowe working up a pretty high pitch count. He's third guy to occupy the mound for the Sand Sharks in the inning, and he's already now pitched his 22nd, and this one is going to land awfully close to us. It about hit the open window that's just to my left here. For a second, I had visions of the camera right here that you guys are watching just getting blasted by a foul ball. That would have been a pretty freak accident had that happen. There's not even much of a gap there, but almost happened. So another foul ball. Back to 3-2. Just the 1 out, bases loaded. Marlowe's third payoff pitch. It's high, and it's a walk. Frost to first, and Stripling scores. So Apata's on third, Darden on second. Frost just got walked. And we'll go to Philip Ard, the first baseman. He's got 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3. Also had a fly out into left. And, well, the struggles on the mound continue here in the 5th. It was all going so well for the Sand Sharks. And Coach Faulkner is just trying to figure out what he does with this situation. Because the last thing you want to do is use a 4th pitcher in the same inning. We still got 4 more innings to go after this. Going to try to pace yourself. We got another game, obviously. It's a doubleheader today. I don't know how you manage that if you start going something like 6-7 deep in your first game. But at the same time, it's 8-6 right now. Bases are loaded. If you're the Sand Sharks, you want to keep this close. And Coach Faulkner is having pretty passionate conversation out there. And yeah, that's it. Done for the day is Devin Marlowe. He gets through .1 inning, better than Patterson before him, but still not the best of days. And as Wii Baseball music blasts in the background, we'll take another break. We'll come back right after this. It's another pitching change. Sand Sharks have conceded 6 in the bottom of the 5th. Well, here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's been fairly catastrophic for Buford, and we're going to bring the 4th pitcher of the inning in. It's Carson Tillotson. See if he can have any more luck against these Nighthawk batters. 6 runs in the inning so far. Bases loaded, and this one's a shot into left center. Does not have the distance. It's going to be a fly out, although Apata will score on it. So we will call it a sac fly, I suppose. From Ard. So Apata scores as Ard flies out to center. And that'll bring Bowman back up. Add another run. It's 9-6, the advantage for North Georgia. As Bowman watches ball 1. That's also a ball, so 2-0 count. Again, it's Carson Tillotson up there. Where's the number 39? He's from Peachtree Corners, Georgia. Plenty of guys from the Atlanta area or somewhere around there. Went to Providence Christian Academy for high school. That's going to be fouled away left. So we got a 2-1 count at the moment. Bowman is the 3rd guy to see a second at-bat in the inning. Bowman watched that when it was inside. 3-1 is his counts. Runners on 1st and 2nd. They could load the bases again with another walk. Darden's on 2nd, by the way. Frost is on 1st. This one is hitting the center, looking like a fly out again. And the play is made in left center. by the left fielder out there. That's Weathers. So, well, 6 pitches, and Carson Tillotson able to get out of the inning for his team, but still 9-6 the Nighthawk advantage. All of a sudden, North Georgia right back in front. 9-6 the score, and we'll head to the 6th in just a moment. You're listening to the Nighthawks Sports Network. Well, that was an eventful couple of innings on both sides. If you take the 4th and the 5th inning together, it's 14 runs between the two teams. 14 of our 15 on the day. And so now, well, both teams just left reassessing the damage. North Georgia is going to feel, I think, a little better than the Sand Sharks of Beaufort are. Especially because USCB, they were in really great shape. They're going to have to make a quick throw. It is not in time. It's going to work out nicely for Carson Weathers there. There's still Matthew Hurd, who finished the top of the 5th for UNG. He's still out there. So Weathers heads to first. He's got the single. And now we will come to Seth Robinson, top of the order, making his 4th appearance at the plate today. He's got a single from the 1st inning and then a ground out and a swinging strikeout to his credit, 1 of 3. He will smack that one off that shed again. So a called ball and a foul ball for a strike. We got 1-1 in the count. Again, it's the first part of our doubleheader. Same two teams will head back out there and play once again. Double play territory. Absolutely the case as well. Nicely done there. As Starling from shortstop is going to tag seconds and throw it to Ard in time. So that'll bring Phillips back up. So yeah, Weathers and Robinson both out on the play. This one is long, and in left center, it will touch the turf out there. It'll be a double. So out of nothing when it looked like UNG might get out of the inning quickly. A little bit of life for the Sand Sharks on offense. Phillips is going to grab the double. It's 2 straight doubles for him, actually. That'll make him 2 for 3. He's got a fly out and a walk as well. So Brian Myers back up. He's the DH. Ground out, a fly out, and most recently did have a single. They're going to try to get him out at second. And UNG fans here around us really thought they had made that play in time. And it was awfully close. And, well, the fans will not get the call they were hoping for. Still 2 outs. And that pitch is really nicely placed. Meyer will watch ball 1, or strike 1, I should say. 0-1 the count. 2 down on second is Phillips, and UNG fans will think he's a bit lucky to be there. This was inside, similar place to the first pitch, just snuck it a little further inside. 1-1 the new count. Matthew Hurd with his 5.14 ERA. 1-1 record on the season. Throws another strike. Meyer has taken all 3 pitches in this at-bat, and he's looking at a 1-2 count. One more strike ends the top of the 6th. And this one is smacked into the gap. And they're going to try to run this one in from second. And he's safe. 2 straight tag calls go the way of the Sand Sharks. UNG fans like this one even less, but it is an RBI single as it stands for Brian Meyer against the count as well. So he puts it in play with the grounder over there to short. And so the RBI, Phillips will score. We got a 2-run game. Nighthawks 9, Sand Sharks 7, and fascinating when you look at the scoreboard. What stands out to you is the Nighthawks have 9 runs off of 6 hits. Sand Sharks with twice as many hits and 2 fewer runs. A lot of unearned runs in that 5th inning on just a bevy of walks. Ball 1 in the meantime. Tyler Kennedy will watch it. Hurd delivers one in the zone. So you got 1-1. And they cannot catch Brian Meyer out at first. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Couple of close calls go safe for the Sand Sharks, and that's got them within 2. They've scored now in 3 consecutive innings. One-two pitch. 2 outs, and that's fouled away. 30 pitches so far for Matthew Hurd. Only the second guy who's taken the mound in light blue today. And that one takes a weird bounce, and it just hits a really strange piece of the infield that somehow is going to turn into a single. No errors there, no fielding issues. It just kind of hit off his bat weird, and, well, sometimes that's the way this sport goes. And that's going to be a ball to Nico Andre. And that one is going to end the inning. A fielder's choice ends up being a grounder to first. So that'll do it for the top of the 6th. 1 back for the Sand Sharks. And it's still a 9-7 lead for North Georgia. Stick with us. We'll be back. Here we go. We got the fourth picture of the day for USCB, trying to lead his Sand Sharks to a stronger sixth inning than the fifth was. 7 runs an inning ago, as Carson Tillotson was able to grab the important .2 to keep the disadvantage what it was, and Sand Sharks were able to get one back in the top of the sixth. So 9-7 is the score, and Tillotson pitching to Luke Starling at the moment. Ball and a strike and a shot to center. They will make the catch. Center fielder is Phillips out there. He makes the grab. So it is Jorge Arizpuro back up there. Strike to him. And now a walk to ball. 1-1 his count. Arizpuro rounded the bases last time, right in the middle of all those walks. That will be strike 2. So 2-2 the count, 1 down. Arizpuro, a little bit more high than long out there in left. Although they couldn't track it, and it'll drop. Miscommunication out there. I'm not sure what happens. Well, usually I would defer to the person doing stats, but I'm the one doing stats, so I'll call it an E7. Just kidding. They are telling me it's a hit, and I'm going to listen to the baseball guys because they know a lot more than I do. We will give Arizpuro a hit for that. It'll turn out to be a double. This one is high, shorter in center. And the shortstop's going to make the play. That's Morgan. So Skipper flies out immediately. First pitch he sees. So we go again with Bryson Stripling. Bottom of the order here. He's got a single, a ground out, and a walk today. Scored on the walk. He was stranded in the second inning on his single. The pitch is a good one from Tillotson. And we got 1-1. 2 outs. One in scoring position is Arispuro. Delivered inside. Outside and low. It's a 2-1 the count now. And same exact spot. So 3-1 now. And that's once again outside. So 3 straight in similar spots. Stripling will head to first. And back to the top of the order we go. It is the 5th AB for Andrew Zapata. Zapata out of Lawrenceville, Parkview High School, where he played his prep ball. And that's a strike to him. He has been struck out looking today. Advanced and scored on a fielder's choice most recently. Also has a double and a fly out back in the first inning. Tillotson's 1-1 pitch is coming. And Apata will blast it. They can't get underneath it, and that is going to score a run as well. 10-7, the new lead for North Georgia. Arispuro gets all the way around for the second straight inning. Opata is going to grab a RBI single. Bring back Noah Darden. Still 2 outs, but you got runners on first and second. That's a strike. Darden is 1 of 3 today. Also has a walk. No 1 count to him, make it 1 apiece. Tillotson about to pitch his 25th ball of the day. Two down, North Georgia by 3 despite 5 less hits. And they will rule he swung through that. So make it 1-2. One more good pitch to end the 6th. It is outside. Not too far away from sneaking into the corner. Darden will watch it. It is out of the zone. So here comes the payoff. Runners on first and second. Tillotson with a 3-2 pitch. Darden awaits it. And he fouls it back. A little Try this again. Darden, the freshman, one of the better batters on this team. No homers yet, nothing more than a double. He's got 7 of those, 28 total hits, 16 runs. His 3-2 is going to be another base hit, and it'll send one home. RBI single to add to Noah Darden's credit and make it a 2 RBI. Fantastic running from Opada. And Noah Darden picks up 2 RBIs. 12-7 is the new Nighthawk advantage. On the 3-2 pitch as well. Clutch hitting from Darden and great running as well. All right, so Riley Frost is back up, the junior, and all of a sudden it is a party at the plate. Frost had 2 ABs in the 5th. Here in the 6th, he comes in with, well, a 1-for-1 record. 3 walks other than that. As Frost will watch strike 1. This one's inside for ball 1. Tillotson still working. Giving away 3 runs on as many hits. 1 walk, no strikeouts for the sophomore pitcher from Peachtree Corners. Another strike from him. 1-2 count. Just a runner on first, that's Darden after his single. This one is in the gap, another base hit. UNG continuing to bat with hardly any issues. It's almost been error-free in the 6th, and they just continue to keep the inning alive. Philip Ard heads up there again. Ard with 2 base hits and 2 flyouts. Nothing else for him so far. 2 for 4. It was a ball inside to start the count after Tillotson gave up his 4th hit of the inning. Remember, Tillotson came in an inning ago to try and fix what had been broken from the bullpen before from Buford. And he was able to do that. Oh, this one is just zapped over into left foul territory. That one was really headed somewhere if it had stayed fair. Might have been looking at a homer. Runners on first and second. You got 2 outs. Philip Ard is still up there after fouling it back. 2-1 is his count. Tillotson's pitch. Ard hits it hard again. Not quite going to have the length. 390 to the back wall there, and that was something more like 365, 370 if I had to guess. So that will end the inning. Bottom of the 6th finishes with a fly out to center. All right, 3 runs on 4 hits for UNG. They strand 2, but still a solid 6th inning. And we will have a pitching change to bring you in the 7th. Don't go away. More UNG baseball action coming in a moment. All right, we enter the top of the 7th inning, and UNG with a nice follow-up to the 5th inning with a few more in the run category in the 6th. Solid advantage at the moment. 12-7 is the lead. And it's a new pitcher out there. It is Zach Green, redshirt junior out of Gainesville. That is probably about as close as you can get to here in Dahlonega, just maybe half an hour down the road at most. And that one is a fly out to left. Hunter Miller for the Sand Sharks. Couldn't get it quite far out as he wanted. So the fly out to left for Miller brings up Hudson Morgan again. The 5'9" shortstop out of Kernersville, North Carolina, from East Forsyth High School. Green's pitch is outside. Still 3 more hits on the board for the visitors today from South Carolina, and yet North Georgia by 5. This one hit to center, looking like another flyout. Indeed it is. Apata is there. So a fly out to left, followed by a fly out to center. Exactly the way that Green would have drawn it up, I think. And Andrew Walters is up. Trying to switch the script up a little bit here in the top of the 7th. He will bunt it over there to left, just try to run it out. And, well, he didn't quite, and he's not happy about it. He about slammed his helmet in disbelief, and I think both sides at this point have been a little bit frustrated by calls on the bag. But it's going to go UNG's way this time, which brings us to the 7th inning stretch here at Lynn Cottrell Park. It's a 5-run lead that UNG will try to build on here in Dahlonega. Stick around with us to find out if they can. Okay, we enter the bottom of the 7th inning. Danny Catula with you all on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Glad you're with us. It's a 5-run advantage for North Georgia. As we bring out Edwin Bowman the fourth once again, 6'4" sophomore from Sewanee. Bowman, the only guy who has a better batting average for the Nighthawks than Noah Darden does. He's batting .432. And, well, he will fly out this time. Over in center, they will make the play. Pretty conventional, simple 7th inning defensively for UNG, and the Sand Sharks could really use something similar here in the bottom of the 7th as Luke Starling comes back up. Already got one down, and that'll be a strike. Nice pitch there, low. But made the zone. It's a new picture, by the way. I haven't mentioned that yet. It's Tyler Hauer. We are on picture number 5 across the afternoon for USC Buford. And it's a 1-1 count to Starling right now. That'll be inside. So 2-1 to Starling from Tyler Hauer coming out of Sewanee, Georgia. Went to North Gwinnett High School. It's exactly where Edwin Bowman went, interestingly enough, and they're both sophomores. Bit of a reunion for them this weekend. 3-1 and make it 3-2. Nice pitch from Hauer. And so a payoff pitch is next. And this one is zipped into left. It will reach the left fielder. Base hit for Luke Starling there. So they'll bring it back. Jorge Arispuro, who has been fantastic. Arispuro with 3 runs today on just 1 hit. Walked a couple of times. Last time up had a double that led to another run. And he'll start off by taking ball 1. Arispuro nearly hit. Got his shoulder out of the way. It's ball 2. And, well, we'll get a quick break here as Coach Faulkner is out there again. Probably been out on the mound more than he would have chosen to be. He'll have a little meeting with his latest pitcher, Tyler Hauer, the true sophomore, 5'10", 185. Hauer on the season, 7.82 ERA. Would be the 3rd highest on North Georgia's list. It's about middle of the road here in USCB's ERA count. No games of record for Hauer so far. This is his 7th appearance on the year. He's made 3 starts as well. Coming into this one, he'd pitched 12.2 innings. And so the mound visit is complete. Hauer with a 2-0 count against Jorge Arispuro. 1 out, 1 on first, and Hauer hits him. Arispuro will head to first for free. So it's Starling on second, Arispuro on first. And that means we'll head back to Brady Skipper. Skipper out of Broxton, Georgia, went to Coffee County High School. It's kind of south central Georgia. It's ball one to Skipper. Hauer with 1 out. And he's got runners on first and second behind him. He'll throw a ball 2. And ever since they replaced Brayton Wilms, it's been tough sledding for pretty much every Sand Shark on the mound today. That's going to be a strike. A little bit inside. Finds its way in the zone anyway. Brady Skipper now is facing 2-1. That's also a strike, 2 in a row. And that'll make it 2-2. Hauer could really use an out here. A strike would do it for him. And that won't be it, although he will have another chance. It is 3-2 here. Hauer against Skipper. Skipper 273 on the year. Played in all 21 games this season for the Nighthawks. 20 have been starts. And it comes fouled back. Always interesting when you kind of hype yourself up for the results of a payoff pitch and you get a foul ball. No real result there. Kind of where the psychology of baseball comes in. And, well, that is a ball. Pretty clear one at that. And so Skipper will happily head to first. Arispuro on second. And Starling finds his way to third. And we'll go to Bryson Stripling in the order. And it is the bottom of the order as well. Number 9 on the list. Stripling with the bases loaded, just 1 out. No pressure, but the opportunity to do something good for your team. It's a good spot to be in as a batter. And, well, he'll get a little time to think about his AB because looks like we are making a change. They're going to make another bullpen call. End of the day for Tyler Hauer, who started the inning. Since then hasn't had the most success. And with that, we'll take a break. We'll make the pitching change and come back. Sand Sharks trying to keep this one reasonable, bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning, and we got another pitching change to bring you. It's Ty Sixta. He's up. He's from Atlanta, true freshman. Marist High School grad, and he'll throw a strike. Stripling, I guess, already had a 1-0 count before they made the change. And he'll swing and miss that. So 1-2 all of a sudden. Couple nice pitches from Sixta, lefty pitcher. And that one's going to be inside, not by too much. Good start from him, and man, this bullpen really needed it. 2-2. And this one is cracked foul, a little bit left. Still Stripling up there. Bryson Stripling, the junior catcher for North Georgia. This one is popped over to left, and it's way foul. It's the type of ball that makes me glad I put my car further away in the parking lot. And so we'll stay at 2-2. This one's going to require some conversation, and they can't get it right. They are going to make a play at second because nobody ran anywhere. They assumed it was going to be an out, but it is going to be a base hit for Stripling. Skipper is out at second, but it is an RBI single as Starling comes home. Stripling to first. Arispuro, by the way, is at second, and this is a wild pitch. That'll advance Stripling up to second base. And this one is gone. Andrew Zapata is going to knock in a homer. UNG continues to pile on the pressure. So the 3-run homer for Apata. And still trying to catch up a little bit here. Apologies for that. So Arispuro is going to score again. So will Stripling. Apata grabs the homer. It's 16-7. Just in the past 3 innings alone, 14 runs for North Georgia. Consistently solid batting, and at the same time, it's been a struggle at the plate. Ty Sixta continuing a tough day for the Sand Sharks bullpen. Noah Darden is back up there. Had a single an inning ago. He's got a 3-2 count now. He'll watch one. It's a ball, so the inning continues. Noah Darden heads to first base. Riley Frost is back up, the junior, trying to keep this thing rolling. It's a 9-run advantage. Largest the lead has been all afternoon for UNG. Still in the first part of our 2-game doubleheader, by the way. Stick around with us after this one for coverage of Game 2 right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network if you're listening there, or on YouTube as well. Strike one to Frost in the meantime. Ty Sixta's got 2 outs, and he's still working on Riley Frost. Swing and a miss from Frost. Big swing, too. 0-2 the count now. Already a 9-run advantage for UNG. Could really use this out. It is wide by a wide margin from Sixta. One, two the count. Sixta trying to get out of the inning. The pitch is fouled away, and it's too far wide. Hit that shed again off the roof. Still 1-2. That one is pretty much the exact same place at the other side of the roof. Bounced away. 2 straight off that same roof from Riley Frost. 1-2 remains the count. Sixta, Frost. You guessed it, another foul ball. For variety's sake, put it to the left this time. And we'll get some replacement baseballs now. Frost has fouled 3 straight now. What's he got up his sleeve this time? This one he hits, and it is in the field of play. It will bounce and beat the diving effort from left field. How about this running? Score another run. It's an RBI double. Frost is going to bring Darden all the way around. And are they going to call this a run rule? I think they are. That's going to be all she wrote, folks. So 17-7 is going to be your final. Like I mentioned, stick around. We got more baseball coming. And you'll be able to tune into it exactly where you're listening now, either on YouTube or at the Nighthawks Sports Network. Once again, 17-7 the final. Nighthawks 14 hits to the Sand Sharks 13. My name is Danny Catula. Glad you've been with us, and we hope you'll stick around and join us for the second part of our doubleheader as well. See you then. Until then, go Nighthawks.